As the week begins, we bring you live updates on the plight of learners in Pakwach following the floods that cut off 7 villages in this particular district. And last week on Saturday, the Prime Minister was in Pakwach district. Of course, the leaders here raised a concern about floodings that has affected many villages and sub-counties within Pakwach district. Now, when you look at Pakwach, of course, it is surrounded by Albertine Line and the number of also some of these meager rivers which have surrounded majority of the sub-counties and villages around. So this is a challenge that has affected many of the communities here in Pakwach district. But one important thing here is that yes, we understand that these challenges also come with their own negative effects. Of course, now for the learners, they have to cross to either sides to access educational services. The same happens to women and also some of the men who wants to access services like maybe medical and also market. I got to learn that last Friday, 13 people almost drowned here after their boat capsized in this particular water. So this morning I want to speak to some of the learners to understand how easy or how difficult it is to always cross every morning to go and access educational services in either sides. Of course, as NTV, we're bringing you the plight of learners who always have to use the boats to make sure that they cross to the other side of the schools to access educational services. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to you.
Tell me, where are you going to, and how easy is it to always use the boat to go to school? You can tell us our name and you look at the camera.
My name is Kidia Jeremy. I'm a student of Namai school. Me also, I come across this water. And the problem you are getting is parents need to give us 2,000 daily to cross the water. And also people drown sometime in water, and also
you can look at the camera.
Some weeks pass through. Our students are drowned on water. That student of Ayara Primary School and Aware Primary School, when we are coming the other side, if we are not there, they sometimes.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. This is the people. Let me also speak to the head teacher of the school. We are together in the same boat. He's crossing the other side. Of course, he was supposed to be at school at exactly 7, but because of these inconveniences, the boats here are very few, like only around 4, yet they have to make sure that the other side. Mr. Head Teacher, good morning. You can come this way. I know it is hard, but we just have to persevere the situation. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, where are you going to?
I'm going to school, Wera Primary School. I'm the head teacher, Joe Christopher, who is heading that school. And we have an issue of this water flooding, which is really making work difficult for us. You have to cross 2 rivers, Kachwenya and the Kamia. So it is not easy to cross these rivers because even there are taxes that we have to pay in terms of transport through these water bodies. So we are facing it rough in the sense that sometimes even we get capsized in the water, where learners even both with the teachers, including even the issue of mosquitoes, too many, and we are even threatened of the bilharzia attack, because in most cases we have to be on the water. So it is not easy. We are trying for government to see that they try to help us where necessary.
Do your teachers reach on time at school and the learners reach on time?
It is not easy for teachers to reach in time, even the learners, especially in the morning time, because there are many people who are supposed to cross, but you find that the boats are few, and during lunchtime you find learners go back late. We break off for lunch at 10 to 1, but now when they are to come back in the afternoon, always affected by, they report by 3 p.m.
Okay, thank you so much. Now let me speak to the chairman, LC5 of Pakwach district, that is Mr. Robert Omit Sting. Mr. Robert, we're seeing these challenges and learners are finding it hard to cross. What intervention has the administration of Pakwach district taken to ensure that these challenges are addressed, but also maybe we have at least safety measures, because these learners are crossing this water without any safety gear? Good morning.
Morning. My name is Omito Robertson, Chairman LC5 Pakwach. This situation is very pathetic. 8 villages affected. This rising water level came at around 2021, and to date, we engaged several government offices, more special office of the Prime Minister, the disaster sector in the OPM, and the little interventions that we have tried is maybe attempting to see that we engage the community and try to put their plight to the people, because the challenges of the local revenue with us here in the district, you realize resources is a very big problem. Even the issue of boats that we are trying to think about procuring has not yet come real. You check onto your local revenue and other pressing things, you find it is a very difficult thing. So we have really, to be honest, not done so much directly as a district or even our Pakwach Town Council because of the challenge of resources. But we have taken initiative to have the water quality tested, because we are very sure the pipe water system that goes to the community which is affected, Owere and Kojoang area, the 8 villages, we are sure the water must be contaminated. So the sample have been picked for test. We are yet waiting for the result so that we see the form of treatment that can be done. We are also looking at, because Town Council has also provided for some budget to procure boats. Another big problem with this water board again, there are spots where it is narrow. There are where it is not only narrow, but there are spots where it is very shallow. There are other spots where it is very deep. For us to put motorized boats trekking on this, we needed what? We needed a deep water. So those are all things which are also giving us a lot of hardship. But you realize the expensive nature of this. I've tried to improvise that I foot the bills of these guys who rode the teachers and pupils plus students to pass for free. But what about the pregnant mothers who are expectant mothers, and then what about the disabled, what about the old people? If every day, and this is not the only source of water, for Owere Primary School and the Yara Primary School here, both the teachers and the learners have to cross these 2 separate water, each 1,000, making a total of 2,000. And the parents are now finding it difficult even to provide food for their learners. And that's why yesterday when we were engaging some of the people in the community, many of them have now abandoned going to school. It's only the committed ones who are struggling. So as a district, other than doing a lot of reporting, filing, engaging and producing a report to submit to government, we have been handicapped. We have not put in any much resource in terms of money to solve this problem. And yet even the issues of water quality, we needed to give medicine for. So we have written to some partners and we are yet following up. No result has yet come. Even mosquitoes, they are already, the rate of malaria has also gone high. We have engaged, I've already directed the Department of Health to begin arrangement so that they can begin to make, we can begin to, as a district, the biggest health center here should begin to do an outreach service. It is something that has not started also, because also the number of, there are some specific issues that would actually require some specific medication or drugs to come for this. So we are in a process.
Maybe, Mr. Chairman, as we conclude, I know our time is fast being spent. I got to learn from the Minister of Education that cases of bilharzia are very high here. Any confirmation? And also, the reliable sources told me so far 5 people have died along this water. Any confirmation as an authority of this district?
Yes, from the time this rising water level became really way back 2021 to date, about 5 people perished in this water, which ranges from children to old persons. That one is on record. And the fact that these people, let's begin with these young people who have sacrificed rowing the boat all the time. They're in water. So the level of contraction of bilharzia is going to be very high. And then also the learners themselves, we saw when they were docking, they do not just jump off on a dry land. They first walk in the water and then they go out. And this is something they encounter. They interact with the water at least 4 times a day. So they are prone to contracting bilharzia. That means, and yet, before even this challenge, Pakwach district was leading in the country in terms of bilharzia contraction. Every 2 fishermen tested, at least 1 is infected with bilharzia. And this is as a result of the research that has just been disseminated 2 weeks ago by researchers like Track in collaboration with the Ministry of Health.
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, this is what you can bring for your life here from Pakwach, bringing you the plight of learners who always have to make sure that they cross using boats to access educational services on either sides of this district. Of course, I'm not safe, just like them, but as NTV, we always have to make sure that we give you what is on ground and community issues. Let's first go for a commercial break. We shall be back, of course, with some of the on the morning at NTV show.